Now on CoastTV News.
Tackling flooding and erosion the natural way. Details on a living shoreline project that's been proposed for Dewey Beach.
The Point in Cape Henlopen State Park closes for the season. We'll tell you why.
Savor the serenity before Saturday's showers sweep through, soaking all of our spirits.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
The battle against flooding and erosion. Good evening, I'm Mallory Metzner.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our news at 5. We begin tonight with a plan to protect Dewey Beach.
Living on the coast has its perks, beautiful views, endless beaches, but with that sadly comes flooding and erosion problems. Dewey Beach is looking for a solution on the bay side of town, which could be a barrier made of natural materials to stop flooding. Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber spoke with people on the streets affected who say something needs to be done.
Jason Fruchtman owns Jeremiah's Beach Party on Dagsworthy Street and says flooding here affects everyone.
I mean, people park on our street to visit all of the businesses. Every morning it just gets flooded. People go to the beach, people go, they walk up to the starboard, they go to the rudder, they go everywhere. And when that's flooded, that's just a major resource that can't be used. So it just affects the whole town, not necessarily just my business at all.
The town of Dewey Beach says during full moons and high tides, Dagsworthy Street always floods. Town manager Bill Zolper says the Center for the Inland Bays is looking to build a living shoreline, which is a barrier made of natural materials to protect both Dagsworthy Street and its neighbor McKinley Avenue.
The living shoreline, number one, is great for the environment. And number two, it'll look really nice compared to just a cement barrier.
In addition to preventing flooding, the goal is to also stop erosion at Sunset Park, which sits at the end of Dagsworthy Street. Over time, this gazebo and everything around it has been damaged by erosion from past floods. After the Living Shoreline project, the town says it hopes to use a grant from DENREC to fix up the park. The town of Dewey Beach says hopefully this time next year, the Living Shoreline project is underway right here. And hopefully it will help to prevent future flooding and erosion problems. In Dewey Beach, I'm Elisa Weber, Coast TV News.
Let's go ahead and take a live look into Ocean View right now. A little gray out there, but we're going to check in with our chief meteorologist, Paul Williams, to get an update on what this weather tonight and this weekend is going to look like.
Well, it's going to be sort of like an old Abbott and Costello thing. Slowly it turns, step by step, inch by inch. That's how this rain is crawling in on us by late tonight. We'll talk about that timing in a moment. But first of all, our Bay Health camera, Dover right now, 43 degrees with the winds right now pushing out of the southeast at about 14 miles per hour. Our expectations for the rest of this evening will stay in the 40s with increasing cloud cover, setting the stage for the performance of the precipitation that will come knocking on our door, particularly late tonight and going through all of Saturday. Not only that, but it's going to become breezy as well. Small craft advisory has been issued along the coast, really for us from Sussex all the way down towards Chincoteague. And so we're looking for about 25 mile per hour wind gusts. And we have some rain that's going to start easing its way towards us. Now, we're just in the cloud cover for right now, but you see that edge of green on the side of your screen? Well, that's the rain that's on its way towards us. And that's the step by step, inch by inch as it slowly turns towards Delmarva. Now, we'll talk more about that without necessarily the Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy references. But for right now, back to you, Mallory.
Thank you, Paul. The Point at Cape Henlopen State Park closed today for the summer nesting season of migratory shorebirds. While there weren't too many birds yet, there were people flocking to the point to stroll along one of the most picturesque beaches on Delmarva. Here you can catch views of both Lewis's lighthouses along with scenes of untouched dunes filled with wildlife. That is one of the reasons so many people enjoy this stretch of beach.
Love views going around the point and seeing the lighthouses, and often I see seals. Last year this time I saw so many seals, it was as if it was SeaWorld. They were popping out of the water and playing with each other. And I've seen whales even walking around the point. I love looking for shells. I've seen a snowy owl. It's just it's a wonderful treasure.
The ocean side of the point will remain closed through September 1st, while the bay side of the point will remain closed through October 1st.
If you see smoke in Milton next week, don't be alarmed. Starting on March 5th, the Nature Conservancy will be conducting a prescribed burn on the Edward H. McCabe Preserve along Round Pole Bridge Road. The burn window, that's going to be open until April 30th. According to the Conservancy, these controlled burns are carefully planned and implemented, and the burns provide a management tool in maintaining the habitat at McCabe Preserve.
Heading to Berlin now, Delmarva Power's vegetation management contractors will soon start tree maintenance near power lines. The town says maintenance is designed to ensure the electrical systems are protected from hazardous limbs and trees that threaten the equipment.
New today, a report shows that global carbon pollution, it reached a record high in 2023. The International Energy Agency says emission grew by 1.1% last year to 37.4 billion metric tons. Pollution from coal accounted for more than 65% of the increase. Many countries had to rely on fossil fuels because extreme droughts restricted hydropower production. The agency does say that there was a surge in clean energy last year as well, but the world is still significantly off track if it wants to restrict global heating to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels.
Ahead of Super Tuesday, Nikki Haley and former President Trump making the final pitch before voters head to the polls. NBC's Drew Petrimo shows us how instead of the campaign trail, Trump was in a Florida courtroom to find out when there could be a trial date in his classified documents case.
4 days before Super Tuesday and the Republican frontrunner, former President Trump, spending the day in a South Florida federal courtroom, while a hearing in Georgia determines the path forward for Trump's case in that state. In Florida, the judge hearing arguments on proposed trial dates in the case involving Trump's handling of classified documents. Special counsel Jack Smith is pushing for a July 8th trial date, but Trump's lawyers want the trial pushed back until after the election.
Before we even get to the question of a trial, the thing I'm most interested in today is whether Judge Cannon sets a trial date at all.
Separate and different cases.
In Georgia, where Trump is accused of trying to overturn the state's 2020 election results, the judge is considering a move to have the district attorney removed from the case. Between the Florida and Georgia cases and two others in D.C. and New York, Trump faces nearly 100 criminal charges, but there are major questions about how many of the cases will be decided before Election Day. Among other legal challenges is a looming decision from the U.S. Supreme Court on Trump's claim that presidential immunity blocks him from being prosecuted.
I was very honored with the Supreme Court because, and this isn't about me, this is about the presidency, they have to do the immunity thing because if you don't, a president will not be able to be a president.
Trump's critics, including his Republican rival Nikki Haley, worry that if Trump wins in November, he could end prosecutions.
I think all of the cases should be dealt with before November. We need to know what's going to happen before the presidency happens.
But polls show the majority of Republicans would support Trump even if he's convicted.
The Federal Reserve's favorite inflation gauge has eased to its slowest pace in more than 2 years. The Commerce Department reports the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index. That was up 2.4% for the 12 months ending in January. That's a slowdown from December's 2.6% increase, and it's the lowest annual increase since March 2021. The Federal Reserve is trying to get the annual inflation rate down to 2% and has used interest rates and the hikes on those interest rates as a way to get there. Coming up, details of a drive-through food pantry heading towards Caesar Rodney High School.
And prepare as precipitation poises to pounce on us, promising to dampen the departure from our dry days.
Springing forward in the 302. Coming up, I'll show you all the cool things to do this weekend.
Are you tired of being tired? A new mattress may be the answer. And Johnny Janasic is your one-stop mattress superstore. Shop the largest selection in the region with all the best brands under one roof. Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, Serta, and bed-in-a-box options from Casper, Nectar, Molecule, Ghost, and Purple. And discover how an adjustable base can change your life. Visit your one-stop mattress superstore, Johnny Janasic's Mattress World.
On Wednesday, May 15th, vote for your favorite chef at the 10th anniversary celebration Top Chef of the Culinary Coast event to benefit Meals on Wheels Lewis Rehoboth. The fun begins at 6 p.m. at Ivy and Dewey Beach, when you'll enjoy live music and feast on the area's best culinary creations and local spirits. Get your tickets online at mealsonwheelslr.org or call Meals on Wheels at 302-645-7449.
Wheel of Fortune is bringing the fun all season long on Fan Fridays.
How exciting is that?
Woo-hoo! Cash and prizes could be up for grabs. Watch Wheel of Fortune on Fridays and see what you can win.
Friday at 7 on CoastTV.
Next Jeopardy, the biggest tournament of champions ever, continues when the stakes are this high and the pressure is on.
You got to keep taking risks.
Next Jeopardy.
Friday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
Stay ahead of our ever-changing coastal climate with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Team. From the early morning to the late evening, our team is always at work to deliver the accurate forecasts you need. Whether bracing for a stormy day or enjoying a peaceful indoor moment, we're here to ensure you're fully prepared for Delmarva's diverse weather patterns. The Coast TV First Alert Weather Team. With us, the weather is more than a forecast. It's a part of life. This is Coast TV News at 5.
We're heading into the weekend with a brand new month on hand, and there's tons of fun ways to kick that off, from a first state celebration to historical presentations. Coast TV News anchor Mallory Metzner showing us all the cool things to do.
Check your calendar. Saturday is March 2nd, or 302. In honor of Delaware's only area code, Dogfish Head and 302 Horseshoe Crab are hosting the annual 302 Day. Enjoy libations, live music, and lawn games. Maybe compete in the Delaware Spirit Costume Contest. For the first time ever, there will be a low-digit surf fishing tag auction. Admission is free. It's now officially Women's History Month. The Delaware Women's Hall of Fame will be spotlighted at the Georgetown Public Library every Friday in March from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. Self-portraits, collages, and nature paintings are now on display at the Milton Arts Guild's Federal Street Gallery. A public reception will be held from 3 to 5 Sunday. The pieces are by students from Milton and H.O. Brittingham Elementary Schools and Mariner Middle School. The Friends of Cape and Lopin State Park are gearing up for their Trails Day. It's on Saturday. Volunteers should meet at Herring Point parking lot by 8:45 a.m. to clean up the beach and road. The record to beat is 150 pounds of trash. Stop by the Lewis Library for lunch on Sunday because Veg Rehoboth's annual Winterfest is cooking up a menu of tomato pie and vegan salads and soup. There will be yoga and local artisans. Pre-ordering food is recommended to ensure you get a full taste of this plant-based celebration. Meanwhile, right beside the library, tours will be offered of this historic red caboose. Step inside the restored 1917 Pennsylvania Railroad cabin car from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Shop over 60 local businesses. A spring fling sip and shop will be at the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center to welcome in the longer days. Some proceeds go to Grassroots Rescue. A relaxing collaboration is brewing at Dewey Beer Company in Harbison. Happy Bodies is leading a yoga practice on Sunday at 10 a.m. The class stretches out across more dates. It's held monthly on the first and third Sundays. Read more about all of these cool things to do in the article on CoastTV.com.
By the way, full disclosure, a member of the board of Coast TV's parent company, Draper Media, is a co-founder of Dogfish Head. Coast TV News at 5 is going to be right back.
Brought to you by North Bay Marina, where boaters have the most fun.
Draper Media is searching for a full-time entry-level accountant. Successful candidates should have at least an associate's degree or equivalent experience. Candidates with experience in Sage Intacct will be given preference. It's an extremely detail-oriented job involving problem solving. Join the Draper Media team today as our next accountant with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Sorrento invites you and your family to join us for some of Delmarva's best authentic Italian cuisine. Experience the aroma of warm bread served at your table in a cozy atmosphere. Try seafood pescatore or pasta with grandma's gravy. Our New York-style pizza and strombolis are a local's favorite. Top it off with cocktails, wine, and dessert. So for great food, good wine, great friends, good times, Villa Sorrento. That's amore. That's a nice
deal. Or no deal. Welcome to the Banker's Private Island.
We have no idea what's going to happen.
We really don't know what we signed up for.
The biggest prize in Deal or No Deal history. Are you ready to see what's inside?
Deal or No Deal Island, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
Have you ever seen a preacher living in a house like this? Mega mansions, where famous televangelists live.
So why don't they have to pay property taxes on them?
Next, Inside Edition.
Today at 5:30 on Coast TV. Late Night with Seth Meyers. Late nights on Coast TV.
It's that time of year again where homeowners are power washing, staining, and replacing boards on their deck.
No one has time for that. With Paul Davis, our AZEK decks are crack, fade, and insect resistant with a lifetime warranty.
Paul Davis makes it easy by bringing the showroom to you and giving you an estimate that same day. Paul Davis decks are beautiful.
Save big 3 ways. Get last year's pricing, pay nothing until 2025, and get a 10x10 outdoor gazebo free with your new deck, but only through March 31st.
Call Paul Davis today for a free estimate.
Weather brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts. Here to help now.
We have some dreary weather that's on the way, hit and miss spot showers. It's kind of erratic how the rain's going to start hitting our area. With that in mind, take the time out to go ahead and pull out your phone, put it on camera, and scan the QR code in the corner so you can get the latest version of our app. Or at the very least, enjoy the benefits of calling our First Alert weather line, which is 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a phone call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandelis, Brockstedt, and Federico. We have rain on the way, slowly trying to creep its way into the picture as early as, well, now, but it's going to take it a while till like later tonight. Our Tyndall's Casual Furniture view is showing the cloud cover stacking up. We can see the stratus cloud cover continuing to kind of thicken, and those are the layered clouds, by the way. And we're at 44 degrees. Winds are pushing out of the southeast. 8 miles per hour. We're at 40 degrees by 7 o'clock, and we'll have partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies for the rest of the evening, and we'll kind of flounder in the low 40s throughout the rest of the evening. We started off this morning at 24 degrees in Georgetown, Salisbury, and 25 for the morning low or starting point in Ocean City. Currently, we are free of precipitation, but the cloud cover has been thickening up like your mama's pea soup in the middle of the night as she's cooking it. Now, we're looking for the winds to still stir steadily along the coast at about 25 miles per hour, and that's prompting the latest small craft advisory. If you take a look on the edge of your screen, we start to see a little green creeping in. Now, that's the rain that's trying to make its way ever so slowly and steadily in our direction. Not heavy for right now, but it's going to pick up some momentum and girth, so to speak, later on. I'll show you that on our forecasting models. Temperatures right now, we're in the low 40s, like generally 43 to 42 degrees just about everywhere. And that's pretty close to where we were just 24 hours ago. Let's take a look at the forecasting models as I really alluded to earlier. So 6 o'clock, we're looking at, cloudy skies, but look, by 9 o'clock, we start seeing the hint of the rain moving into Sussex County, heavier over towards Del Mar and the Salisbury area. Then we see the darker greens, and then by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, all you know what, not allowed to say, FCC license now, but all you know what is going to break out, okay? We're looking at heavy showers from Long Neck down to Ocean Pines. This is why we're calling for a yellow alert day for Saturday, but it's mainly in the morning time, okay? Then we'll see blobs of yellow, embedded showers, heavy downpours, pushing through until about lunchtime. But then after that, rest of Saturday is going to stay clear. It's the morning that's going to be the sticking point. And because it's only going to be in the morning, the opportunity to put a whole lot of rain on the ground, not going to be opportunity to put a whole lot. But in that short period of time, look at that. Up to a half inch throughout most of Sussex and just over a half inch in other portions. So we're talking about a storm system that's going to drop some rain real fast. So 5 o'clock in the morning, heavy showers. Look at that. By 11 o'clock, we'll have another round that'll push through. Look for a strong thunderstorm lunchtime in Fenwick Island. If you're in Fenwick Island, watch out for that in Fenwick Island, okay? Then we're clear for the rest of Saturday. Sunday staying pretty clear and cooperative as well, and we'll have temperatures in the 40s. So take a look at our beach. Along the beach, we're looking for scattered showers for Saturday and skipping on Sunday, back to redeveloping on Monday. Same story in Fenwick Island and Ocean City, and we're looking for the same pattern in Lewis and in Rehoboth Beach. Rain on Saturday, skip Sunday, and another round of rain on Monday. So here's the summary. Partly cloudy, still a bit chilly tonight, 39. Overcast and rain before lunch tomorrow, 58 degrees. Sunday, more sun, more warmth, no more rain till Monday. Monday, rain kicks all the way back in. Our yellow alert day for Saturday, mainly in the morning time. Then we're clear, and then we watch out for some real developing showers again next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Thank you, Paul. From the weather to the climate, the Biden administration announced Thursday it would delay a key part of its signature climate plan until after the presidential election. The Environmental Protection Agency said it will move forward with finalizing standards to cut emissions from existing coal and new natural gas plants this spring. However, the EPA said it will cut existing gas plants out of that proposed regulation and begin to work immediately on a separate rule for existing gas plants. EPA Administrator Michael Regan said in a statement the move would, quote, achieve greater emissions reductions than the current proposal, unquote, because it would focus on a bigger range of pollutants and air toxins. But the process to propose and enact new federal regulations, that is a lengthy one, and a new rule would not be done in time for the November election.
Due to that forecast Paul was just talking about for tomorrow, the invasive vine workshop and cleanup event in Berlin that we told you about earlier this week, it's been rescheduled for Sunday, March 3rd. The focus of this event is removing English ivy to preserve local trees. The hands-on event runs from 9:30 to 11:45 a.m. at Stephen Decatur Park. Bring your own tools if you have them, as the town says supplies, they're limited.
Now heading to the Dover area, a drive-through pantry with the Food Bank of Delaware is stopping by Caesar Rodney High School. The pantry will be available tomorrow, March 2nd, starting at 11 a.m. The school is asking people to bring proof that you live in Delaware and not to arrive any earlier than 10 a.m.
Coming up, which states are now allowed to sell this medication abortion pill? Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
Leap Day. It's one extra day in February and 7 big days to save at Johnny Janosic. It's a sale so big, it can only happen once every 4 years. Get Delaware's guaranteed lowest prices, then take $200 off your purchase of $9.99 or more. Or leap over interest with 0% APR financing until the next Leap Day. Jump on this deal. A 4-piece sectional is now only $18.99.95. Don't miss the Leap Year sale, only at Johnny Janosic.
The Today Show, weekdays at 7 on Coast TV.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long, only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
Next Jeopardy, the biggest tournament of champions ever, continues.
You got to keep taking risks.
Friday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Tashina Arnold and I go off once again.
Monday at 2 on Coast TV.
You may think your home's crawl space is okay, but chances are it's not. Mold, pests, and rotting beams can all cause problems for your home and for your family. The good news is your home's crawl space problems can be fixed permanently, so you and your family can rest easy. Because crawl space problems won't get better with time, but they will get better with us. Call Dry Zone today for your free estimate.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
CVS and Walgreens are now certified to sell the medication abortion pill mifepristone in states where it's legal. CVS is planning to start filling prescriptions in Massachusetts and Rhode Island in the coming weeks. More states will be added on a rolling basis. Walgreens plans to start offering the drug within a week in New York and Pennsylvania. Medication abortion is the most common method of abortion in the U.S., and the drug is at the center of legal challenges. The Supreme Court is expected to decide whether to restrict access to it by July.
People who test positive for COVID-19 no longer need to isolate from others for at least 5 days. That's according to new guidelines issued today from the CDC. The CDC now says people who have COVID-19 should stay home until they feel like they are fever-free without medication for at least 24 hours and their symptoms are improving. The agency experts say it's then fine to resume regular activities, but they recommend taking additional precautions for the next 5 days, like improving ventilation, masking, limiting close contact with other people. Coming up, Women's History Month has officially kicked off. Stay tuned. We're going to tell you who this celebrates on CoastTV News at 5.
You pulled a sneaky on us and waited till...
I saw Chance turn and I thought, Chance won't have a chance.
I did not see that coming.
The Voice, new Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Welcome to Deal or No Deal Island. More adventure? Anyone afraid of heights? What? More risk? Don't worry, they don't bite. That hard. Same question. Deal or no deal?
Deal or No Deal Island, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
For decades, John B. Parsons has been a sanctuary tailored to the needs of its residents. We are excited to now bring the same award-winning care to your home with Harrison Health at Home. Our family of experienced caregivers can help you maintain your independence in the comfort of your own home. Or, following an incident, our Bridge to Home program can help you with a temporary assisted living stay and personalized transition plan to get you back home. Harrison Senior Living, our family taking care of yours for 50 years.
Get your camera ready to snap QR codes that reveal big savings during Toyota's President's event, where special low APR financing can mean thousands in savings on a growing number of in-stock cars, including legendary Camrys with as low as 4.99% APR and sporty high-tech Corollas, fun to drive, styled to be seen. Visit buyatoyota.com to find President's event deals on your favorite vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
Coming up this week on the Delmarva Home Show, we're touring a waterfront home in North Ocean City. This furnished and renovated home features a vaulted living room with a gas fireplace and a gorgeous owner suite on the second floor. We're also getting to know another one of our wonderful sponsors. We've got a sponsor spotlight next week with Budget Movers. You can watch the Delmarva Home Show on Sundays at 11:30 a.m. on WBOC.
Cheers to 50 years of the Players. Here's to the jaw-dropping Eagles, 60-foot birdies,
Better than most.
and that one pesky seagull. Here's to making an entrance, making a statement,
It's not a shot you practice.
and making a splash. All at the PGA Tour's gold standard, the Players Championship on NBC and Peacock.
March is National Women's History Month. It's a time to honor all the strong and courageous women who came before us, paving the way and opening doors. Visionaries such as Sojourner Truth, Louisa May Alcott, Susan B. Anthony, Coretta Scott King, Rosa Parks, and many more. And thousands more who played prominent roles in getting women to where they are today.
Take a look at where we are right now, courtesy of our Gateway Subaru camera. In Ocean City, we're at 43 degrees with the winds out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. Our expectation for the rest of the night, we're going to have temperatures staying in the 40s, but increasing cloud cover as we brace for a chance of rain to move through. And this is where that ugliest is going to come out of portions of Virginia, but it's going to take a sweet time getting here. I think the heaviest wave is going to hit us right around 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. That being said, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. We are calling for a yellow alert day for Saturday, specifically Saturday morning, and I'm saying 7:30 in the morning, and then down towards Ocean Pines, particularly at about 11:30 in the morning. Everybody else will be okay.
Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.